Welcome to TecoGuide, the only app designed to help you navigate your college and career journey in the quickest and most affordable way. This podcast is brought to you by adaptability, dedicated to opening doors to higher education and career opportunities for all.
What's up, everyone? It's Professor G, and today I got a special guest. It's Megan Cameron. Megan is an HR regional manager for Granite Construction, which is one of the largest construction companies in Northern California. So I'll let Megan do a quick intro and tell us a little bit more about Granite Construction, because we're here, like always, to teach you about the different positions that are out there, the different academic pathways that are out there, and how to get to those organizations that you want to one day work for. So take it away, Megan.
Great. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so my name is Megan Cameron. I'm the regional HR manager for the Valley region of Granite Construction, which includes Sacramento and Fresno locations and kind of the areas around that. I've worked with Granite. I started as an intern when I was 17 years old, so I've been here quite a while. This is my 25th year with Granite. So
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So Granite Construction itself, we are one of the largest heavy civil contractors in the U.S. We're also one of the largest producers of aggregate materials as well. So we have a mining division of our construction and materials.
Wow. So mining meaning the actual like gravel and the cement and all the material and steel potentially.
So while we're mining all of our aggregates locally too in the Sacramento area, we have multiple plant facilities. And so, yeah, we just take it right out of the ground and crush it down, and we sell to ourselves for our projects, but we also sell externally. So if you wanted to come and grab some sand or gravel from our facilities, you could. But yeah, we do our own mix designs. We create our own asphalt. And we also
in addition to building.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how many employees are we talking about in your regions? You say Sacramento and Fresno are your regions. How many
headcount? We have about 150 salaried employees. So those are our project managers, engineers, business individuals. And then we have
that work directly for Granite, that work
directly for Granite.
Okay.
Yes,
and
Sacramento and Fresno. And then our craft employees, we have anywhere from 200 to 500, depending on the season. We're really, we can work when it's not raining. So we're really busy in the summer times. And so you'll see up to about 500 craft employees, the ones that are actually out there.
And when you say craft employees, are those contractors and other types of
Those are actually union employees that we hire from the union directly to work for Granite. And they're out there, our carpenters, our laborers, our operating engineers. So they're the ones actually out on the field building the work side by side with the project managers.
Great. Got it. That gives me a better perspective of how the organization is set up. Wow. And you guys are national, or are you global already as well?
We are national. We are doing some work outside of the U.S., but majority of our work, we actually started in Watsonville, California, which is just south of Santa Cruz by about 30 minutes. And so large part of our offices are like California based, but we're all over. So if you want to go to Alaska, we have an office there, Florida, Texas, Utah. So
an employee that could potentially work for you can bounce around pretty different areas that you guys are doing the work, where the work is needed.
And that's kind of what we encourage our employees to do, is to take opportunities in other parts of our company or even other departments to make them more of like a well-rounded employee. So spending time, if they want to experience our materials division, work there. We've had employees go out of construction, work in materials for a year or two, and then back into construction. So it gives them all that knowledge. So when they become regional managers, they understand the business better.
Wow. And it's a large company, so there's a lot of promotional opportunities for those employees that excel.
Absolutely. And we want people to be where they want to be. So if someone's like, I've worked in Sacramento area, but I really love Oregon. I really love Washington. I really love this location. My family's from there. We'll do what we can to get you where you want to be, because employees perform better when they're happier.
They're happier. Absolutely. Absolutely. So from your experience, what are the workforce needs? Like where you, if I'm a listener to this podcast, this content, where in the construction area, from your experience, where are the biggest needs right now?
We are really in need of educated and experienced project managers and estimators. And the way you become those positions is starting off as an engineer. So I know that Sacramento State has great engineering programs and construction management programs. We hire a lot of students out of Sacramento State. And so, starting off as an intern is a great way to get into the company, or any company like ours. We hire a majority of our full-time employees have been interns prior. And then I would say, we're really looking for individuals who are technically savvy, who are innovative, who are looking forward and, keeping up with technology, with AI. It's changing the way we do our work.
Yeah.
And so having that knowledge is really important. And of course, we always struggle with our craft and our field positions. It's hard to find those individuals, but when we're looking more towards the employees who are going to get, their degrees and certifications, it's that engineer position.
Right. So civil engineering.
Mhm.
Probably top of
Engineering,
the list.
construction management. We also hire mechanical engineers.
Mhm.
They generally will focus towards our materials department, our materials plant facilities. And then have had electrical engineers, not as many because we just don't have that much type of work. But yeah, and then add business administration individuals. So, but mostly construction management and civil engineering.
Right, right. And so at the bachelor, so if a student is, say, in at any community college and pursuing those types of engineering degrees, they should seriously take a look at submitting some of their applications for internships or eventually employees, and consider Granite as one of those organizations to keep in mind.
Absolutely. We've had individuals intern with us, like myself, since high school. But we have people come from junior colleges who are on the path to going to, get their degrees at Sacramento State. And we've had people straight out of Sacramento State as well.
Wow, wow. And so where would someone find internship information? Is it on your website? Is it, a listserv that's out there, etc.?
That's a great question. So we generally we get our interns by going to events on campus. So actually Monday there's a career fair at Sacramento State. So come see us at Sac State on Monday. I'm not sure when this is going out, so maybe they won't get it before Monday.
But still, that's where you do heavy recruiting of those students in the pipeline, right? That are junior, senior level, about to graduate. Is the college career fair events.
Yeah, college career fair events. Really encourage our freshmen to go there. I encourage individuals who are, in a junior college to go to the campuses and go to those events as well.
Yeah, because they're open to the public. So as long as it's happening, you got to go. And they happen at least once a semester at multiple campuses.
Multiple opportunities. We do that. We sometimes will do. I have employees who will go to classes or courses on campus and do presentations about the company. There are opportunities online. You can definitely go online and submit an application for one of our internship positions. It's better though if we've met you in person, so you're not kind of lost in the shuffle, because we get a lot of applicants that way. And that's generally how
part of those skills you learn as a student is do the electronic stuff, but you do need to do the face-to-face stuff. And really start to build that network with some of the reps from the office so that they get a sense of who you are, right? And how do you stand out from the crowd, right? Because if it's just a paper application, you're in the crowd. You need to stand out.
Yeah. And I highly recommend for employees too, or our engineers too, looking for where they want to work, to ask for like a tour of the facility. If you come to us and say, hey, I'm just interested in seeing what it is that you do, that's a great way for you to come in. And it's almost like a mini interview that wasn't planned, right? You're just like, hey, I'm here. But the fact that you're interested really shows up well with the management team. So go to the offices, knock on the doors, talk to someone, send an email, find a contact. If it's something that you love to do, put yourself out there.
Right, right. And eventually they'll connect with an HR division like yours, etc. And then see what opportunities may be available. But it really takes that proactive person. And it goes to some of the other content, some of our other guests, is you make opportunities. You don't just look for opportunities, but sometimes you got to make your own opportunity and really put yourself out there. It's a little uncomfortable at first, but once you get good at it, it's second nature.
Yeah, you got to do that. And we tell our employees the same thing. If you want an opportunity or you want to learn something, you got to raise your hand. We're not always going and knocking on people's shoulders to go do things.
Because it's not your job to just go and find them. You have to manage this massive company full of employees.
Yeah, I got 150 people to think about, so.
Right, every day, right? And so you're not out there searching for students. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes they're the ones who got to make the noise. So back to if you're a listener and you're thinking about going into engineering or construction management, you can do that through the community colleges very affordably, right? That's kind of the most affordable pathway, and then transfer program into like Sacramento State University, and that also includes like UC Davis, and there's a couple other close by universities that you could still transfer to and complete, right, that bachelor's degree, and then make your way into a company like Granite for some of these high level professional positions that require that bachelor's degree. But really quick, you mentioned some of the other positions, right? Some of the more and the term you used when referring to craft employees.
Yes, our craft labor force. So they are our employees who are actually out there building the work. We hire through the union. So it's
Mhm.
laborers, operating engineers,
Okay.
carpenters.
Yep.
And so,
All the apprenticeship program, the people who go through the so whether it's electrical apprenticeship program or a carpenter apprenticeship program, once you get through those 4 or 5 year apprenticeship programs, then you can look for opportunities as the craft labor force.
yeah, and there's a great career path for the craft labor force as well. We promote from the craft into the foreman position, into the superintendent positions, and
Mm.
those are highly paid and sought after roles. And so there's
Yeah.
definitely a career path there as well.
So if you're a high school student out there and you want to, learn more about that, you would definitely join the union and then go through an apprenticeship program. There are apprenticeship programs even at community colleges like American River College, because Summer's River College, they have a few apprenticeship programs that you can go through, but it's really organized through the specific union. And then you'll work in full time, take classes at night for about 5 years, and then you get through that program and move on to journeyman level positions in whatever trade you were trained in, and then there may be opportunities there through the union to work with Granite.
Right. And we recommend if you are joining the union and you're interested in Granite, come see us because yes, we have to hire with the union, but if you're someone that's on our radar, it's really helpful. And there's opportunities for you to learn from our craft as well. They work with the apprenticeship programs a lot. So
And if you're listening to this and you're already a dreamer or a part of the union, and there's opportunities now for management, right? There's always that next level up once you've been working in the field for a while. So also there may be opportunities in a different area of
yeah,
Granite outside of what you're normally already doing.
yeah. And I would highly recommend for those individuals to look at courses, certifications in management and
Mhm,
community. And,
mhm.
so you're out there working on with your hands, but you are going to have to start leading people. So taking those steps and further educating yourself would be great.
Like project management certifications. There's one at American River College. I'm sorry, let me take that back. It's not American River, but there's one at Folsom Lake College in project management for those of you listening that might want to start working on that. And also the business degrees, right? The business administration management type program degrees can also help. Great.
Absolutely.
Now, what are some of the values? Like, you work with a lot of employees that come in with some of these degrees, right? Engineering, computer science, civil engineering, all that, construction management. What are some of those qualities and values that you see that those students bring to your organization?
Yeah, what I would say is the ones that are most successful when we're meeting with them are the ones who really have a passion for the type of work that we do. So understanding what it is that we do, doing research on the companies that you're looking at. I always tell students, we can teach you how to do it. I can't teach you how to like it. So if you're not interested in working outside and building
Mhm.
things and being in the dirt and,
Yeah,
working
using tools and
with toys, right, and large equipment and tools, then this isn't the career path for you. The ones
right.
that are successful are the ones that really just love it. The ones that are able to communicate really well. I know that's something that you know we try to instill in our employees, but it's good for our students to know communication skills are so important. You could be
Yeah.
really good
And,
at it.
and and let's expand on that a little, right? For the listeners, it's not only it's communication skills like, using the technology, right? Email and stuff like that and phone and blah blah. That's one small piece of it. It's this communication with others, right?
Yes.
And with your team, right? And really sharing information to make everything more efficient, better, et cetera, et cetera. So I think, can you speak to that a little as what Go ahead.
So I would say a big thing is being concise in your communication. A lot of times employees or individuals want to share everything that they know, and they aren't very clear in what it is that they're trying to say. So being concise, being able to communicate with all levels of employment. So with your craft all the way up to management. Um, and being thoughtful and positive in your responses. It's really building a connection is really important. And you can't just, if you're going out to the field, ask questions, learn as much as you can. It's hard when you're new. I know it's like you get nervous and you're afraid, but it's once you open that up, it's going to make your life so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, be nice.
You
Be
know,
nice. Smart, work hard, be nice.
yeah. I want to come to work with nice people. So yeah.
That's right. That's right. You're part of a team, right? And you're moving, and it's a dangerous employment because there's so much going on, right? The construction side, yes, and the safety of everyone, just understanding where where you play in this playground, right? And really being thoughtful and in terms of making sure everyone understands what's going on, especially you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. So if I'm a student and I'm attending Sacramento City College, I'm thinking about becoming a civil engineer, right? What types of advice can you give me in terms of not only my academic path, but making that transition to the professional world of working in the construction industry?
Yeah, I would say you're going to learn different things than what you're learning in class. You're going to learn like you said, the real world skills of working with teams in a live setting, not just on a project, but like maybe in multiple projects. So being adaptable, being able to, shift when things go wrong. Things are always going to go wrong working in construction. We are problem solvers. So when something goes wrong, don't see it as it's the end of the world. See it as a challenge. Just flip it to be positive.
Opportunity, yeah.
Opportunity. And if things don't go wrong, then we're not doing it right. Because things got to go off, learn. I would say, try to learn some of the technical pieces that I mentioned before. If you can learn anything in AI, AutoCAD, 3D renderings, we're really kind of shifting towards that.
Building information modeling, BIM, that kind of stuff. Just know the technologies of the construction field. Yeah. And all of those listeners, you guys can study those at CRC and ARC, right? And even Sac City has engineering design technology certifications that you can pick up these tech skills in building and construction fairly quickly, right? And you don't have to stay there for the whole time. Just picking up the technologies, kind of opens doors for you.
Right. And joining chapters, joining AGC, working with that community and learning more about networking and partnering. And they have a lot of opportunities for training as well.
Awesome. If a student is unsure whether they want to start down this track, where's the first place you would send them to look at, to read, or to watch?
I would send them I would have them narrow down like industry wise. So if they're just confused on if I want to work commercial, heavy civil, or do design, find maybe your top 2 companies that you're interested in, go and research them, see what their website says, but then see if there's an opportunity for you to talk to someone who actually works there to see what it's like working there. Like, what's the work environment really like? The website can say whatever it wants to say, but what are their experiences? Do they enjoy what they do? Are they happy at work? Because we
do informational interviews.
Informational interviews. Yeah, we spend more time with our coworkers than our families. Our families are lovely, and we want to spend time with them. So if I want to be away from them, I want to enjoy the people I'm around and what I'm doing. So, really, really look into it, research it, find out what it is that they do, and then if that's the right fit for you. But there's so many opportunities for these students. They can go down any path, and it can be hard. I also recommend we have engineers that are interning with us, and they've interned 2 years. We'll say, go do something different. If you're on the fence between design and construction, go do a design internship for a year. And then if you decide that's what you love, great. And if you decide you want to come back, great. But really kind of like try different things.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for that advice, because as what we're finding, right, is students are enrolling, but they're not completing. Like
Oh,
they'll change majors, they'll find a different path. And it's really and the exposure that we want to get them to is if you stay on these paths, right? Especially those long paths, there are great opportunities there because you qualify, right, with that civil engineering degree. Right. You've met the academic requirements. Then it's learning the people skills to make the transition to the professional world. Right. So there's some more learning that has to take place. And your honesty about, networking, about communication, about these other soft skills that you need to work on, not just your math skills, right? But these other soft skills is really going to make you very well rounded when you get to a big company like this, because what you're gonna get hired for is not normally what you're gonna retire from. You're gonna have an opportunity to move up the ladder with these organizations. I mean, like you did, right? You're not an intern no more.
right, right. And that's a
And I'm sure
good
you
point.
had a bunch of positions,
Yeah,
with the organization in between.
absolutely. And we have come to find that those individuals who are really good at communicating, who are really good at difficult conversations, and I don't like difficult opportunities for improvement conversations, are the ones that get promoted. The ones that are technically geniuses, right? They're so good at what they do, but they're not able to maybe work as a team or manage people or mentor. They're not going to be promoted as well as someone who is really good at that. So,
And that goes across all industries, listener. That's just not here. It is across the high technology industry. It's across the healthcare industry. Wherever you go, it exists, right? And so work on those soft skills while you're in school. That's the best time to do it because as a student or as an intern, it's okay for you to make a mistake as long as you're learning from them. Once you get into the professional field, you don't want to be making those same mistakes.
right, right.
So, Megan, I appreciate the time. I appreciate your energy. Any parting advice that you want to give our listeners when they go down the route of, say, construction in general?
Yeah, I think my biggest advice is like I said, I can teach you how, I can't teach you to like it. So really try to find something that you enjoy doing. Most days if you're waking up feeling like you don't want to do it, it's probably not a right fit for you. So it's okay to make a change. It's okay to try different things. It's Please ask questions. That's what we're here for. It's your opportunity. Put yourself out there. It's going to make you show up really well when we're looking at candidates, the ones that are going and getting those soft skills, that are putting themselves out there, that are trying things that makes you really sets you apart.
Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you at the next college fair because now the audience knows where they can find Granite Construction for opportunities for internships or other employment opportunities they may be having because they recruit from those events. Thank you very much, Megan.
Thank you so
Until
much.
next time.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye bye.
Thank you for tuning into TecoGuide, the app focused on bringing you tools and content to help you make better decisions about school, life, and career. We hope this episode has inspired you to pursue and excel in your own educational and career journey. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share.